Hi, happy 11/11. If y'all have been enjoying the Before Bed Tarot Spread series on my channel, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for returning. Thank you if this is your first time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being you, through all of this. I have been heavily anticipating recording for you guys tonight, especially tonight. Tonight just feels like a leveling up. Um, today, let me just say, today feels energetically like an upliftment. Now, gonna have to excuse thy neighbors, but yeah. Um, I have a card picked out from my Shaman Oracle deck that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to get into my other decks as well, but this one just came up to me a couple hours ago, and I didn't know if I wanted to share it on my Instagram or no, actually, I was thinking of sharing this on my Instagram. Usually I do cards of the day on my Instagram periodically, but I also share my environment and my space with my 2-year-old son, and I'm a mommy first, so everything happens in divine time and as it should. I know I'm being personally divinely guided, so um, I'm kind of glad that I was able to kind of hold off on posting this and have this as the introduction for the video. So the first official card to start off the 11/11 portal before bed tarot spread is the Fisherman. Let's get a look at that. And the message behind the Fisherman is, let us be grateful for what life offers to us. Get into the flow of energies which never are at a standstill. Get involved with all your skills and gifts focused on your goals. But remain still. Get involved with all your skills and gifts focused on your goals, but remain always open for constant change and what is change and what this change may bring with it. Okay. And it also says, find a body of water, a brook or a stream, a lake or the ocean. Spend some time there. Feel into mind and soul. What does water mean for your personal life as a means of clearing, as a source of fresh fish? How does the water change at any given moment? Are there ripples or waves or a completely still surface? How does water change from day to day, with morning dew evaporation under the sun, rain pouring down into it? How do you work with the basic characteristics of water in all life? Everything flows and moves and changes. Okay, the Fisherman. Okay, and before I get into the other decks, I just kind of want to share a little bit of my personal journey that I've been going through and growing through. These past couple of weeks for me I won't say that they've been hard, but they have indeed been challenging. And I think it's important to grow into a space to understand and really truly know internally that just because life presents you with a challenge doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a negative thing or that it has to impact you negatively. I've also grown into a really peaceful place along my personal healing journey of confronting a lot of things that may have necessarily been blocking me in my progression moving forward. I can attest to my past self of kind of being the poster child for avoiding any kind of confrontation. And I think that I finally, well, not that I think, I know that I've reached a place in my life where I've grown more to be comfortable with addressing certain things that may be considered a bit confrontational. A reason why I put off rather those type of situations in my past and a little bit into adulthood really stemmed back to my childhood and a bit of my upbringing when it came to my home environment. Just to shed a little light on my upbringing, my parents divorced when I was 11. On 11, that's funny. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, so prior to my parents going their separate ways, I wasn't oblivious to confrontation in my home at that time. So naturally, when a child grows up seeing confrontation, not only in the home, but just in my family dynamic, period, because it wasn't just at home when I think about it, it was in other family members' households too. When I think about, my 11-year-old self and far before I even turned 11, when I just think of my younger self, in terms of those situations, I can fully comprehend now as a 30-year-old woman how that can become a bit of a stalemate or a blockage for other relationships, and not even other relationships, but just personal development. So it's interesting that, the universe presented the Fisherman card to me and for us with this sentence here that says, get into the flow of energies which never are at a standstill. You know, we aren't ever at a standstill unless we put ourselves there mentally. And again, I'm just really grateful for the growth that I have allowed myself to endure, because even though I felt in my past the tension and anxiousness of even entertaining the thought of confrontation, now I feel as though I'm feeling it and doing it anyway. And there is such a great sense of freedom that comes with addressing certain areas in your life that you may feel you don't want to go there. Go there. Growth is there, and a better version of you is there. And if we're not trying to ascend to the highest version of ourselves, then we're going to stay stuck in an endless cycle of where we're at. And it's just going to perpetuate itself in different types of forms and in different types of situations and relationships in life. And one thing that I feel as though I'm really, really, really focused on in terms of just obtaining in my life moving forward is growth, freedom, truth, and love. I feel like not only do I owe it to myself because I know it's what I truly deserve, I deserved it from birth, but I get to operate in a better headspace and a better place spiritually in life. And I get to see the benefits of those things evolve around me and for the benefit of my son. You know, a lot of people can categorize their whys of life to their children. My mom shared that little fact with me maybe over a little bit of a week ago. She said, "You've always been my why." And I just, Mom, if you're watching this, I love you. I just think that that's just such a beautiful blessing that a child can bestow upon your life. But I don't personally feel like a child should just be the focal point in the center. I believe that you should want to be your own why. You should want to do it for you and other people outside of you, i.e. your children, your spouse, your family, whomever. They can add to, you know, they could be a little bit of a push and a driving force in an assistant sort of a way. But ultimately, you have to grow to a place where you really want to do it for you. Okay, so that's my little venting session. We're gonna get into these cards, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I really hope that everybody is feeling good. Truly, like, happiness is an inside job. If you take nothing else from this video, take that. Happiness is an inside job. Okay? And if you can go to work and clock in somewhere else for 8+ hours a day, you can certainly give to your own happiness for you. You know, that job is a job that you will have for life. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to start with the Work Your Light Tarot. Excuse me, just adjust myself. Divine Spirit. Oh, okay. That's a lot of cards. Guardian angels, my loving ancestors, ascended masters, Archangel Michael and Gabriel, and Raphael. Great Spirit, what messages would you like to extend to the collective with me as your vessel for this evening. What messages would you like anyone who sees this video to receive and carry forward along their journey? One more. Okay. First card, the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Life is happening for you. Life is not, whoop. Life is happening for you. Life is not happening to you. You are the shape shifter of your life in your universe. Second card, Pleiadians. This is one of my favorite cards in the Work Your Light deck. It's just so beautiful to me. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Beautiful. Upliftment. Lastly, we have soul family. Call in your tribe. You do not have to do it alone. We aren't ever alone. And don't ever, ever, ever feel. I know it's easy to feel like sometimes you're alone, but you're not. You're not ever alone. There's always something, not even something, there's always a higher power that you can call on. Even when you're by yourself, you aren't ever alone, okay? Next, we get into the law of attraction. Law of attraction. All right. For the law of attraction deck and money, the law of attraction and money deck. Do I have that box around me? I do. One second. I just want to grab the box for this deck so that you can see, just in case you're interested. Okay, so this is the deck I'm pulling from now is the money and the law of attraction cards by Esther and Jerry Hicks. And the first deck that I was working with was the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell for all my aspiring spiritual practitioners and tarot readers. Okay, so first card was number 10. I can deliberately choose to feel better now. And the message is, not only does the thought you are choosing right now attract the next thought in the next, and so on, it also provides the basis of your alignment with your inner being. As you consistently, and deliberately think and speak more of what you do want and less of what you do not want, you will find yourself more often in alignment with the pure, positive essence of your own source. And under those conditions, your life will be extremely pleasing to you. Next is number 29. Number 29. What's 9 plus 2, y'all? 11. Special night. Okay. I do not need to have money to attract money. I do not need to have money to attract money. Okay. So if you think you need money to earn more money, you don't. I know some people who maybe starting off as entrepreneurship, and it's not to say that that's not always the case, but sometimes when you invest in yourself, you are starting at ground zero. One of someone who I consider a part of my soul tribe, she was telling her story about how she got started with her business, and now she is very successful and has her own lucrative business. But she said she started out with nothing, with her and her baby girl sleeping on the couch. I think she said she had like $14 maybe. Hey, it can happen. It's not about what you have, it's about the effort that you put forth. That's what God really wants you to do. If you have a passion, put forth the effort. Just try with what you have, and you'll be surprised of the support that God's source in the universe will push. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so this says you do not have to have money to attract money, but you cannot feel poor and attract money. The key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things can begin to change. By softening your attention to the things that are going wrong, and by beginning to tell stories that lean more in the direction of what you want instead of in the direction of what is currently happening, your vibration will shift. Your point of attraction will shift, and you will get different results. Okay. Go get a couple cards from the original Rider Waite deck. Look who at the bottom. Hey, Libra gang. All right. And guys, you might notice that before I get into those cards, you may notice that my style of tarot isn't kind of traditional. Typically, I don't really do spreads. I feel like we have enough really talented, gifted tarot readers and spiritual practitioners that use this platform to kind of shed light on our astrological signs and where we are. And I wanted to see how I could personally do my own style of tarot differently, but still being of service and upliftment and positivity and helpful. So I really just kind of, again, shuffle and see what calls out to us. But I just felt like sharing that with y'all, just in case you were wondering, like, oh, why don't she ever do anything about signs, zodiac signs, anything like that? It's not to say that I won't ever, but if you are interested in booking a personal session with me, I do provide those services as well. There's a link to a way that you can book a personal reading with me in the description below. Okay. So, first 3 cards. Okay. Alrighty. At the bottom of the deck, in the overall, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Big wheels keep on turning. All right. So, first couple cards that came out was the Queen of Swords, the Tower, Queen of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. I'm going to get into the other ones in just a moment. So, Queens of Swords energy. Some of you may be cutting some people off. And not in a bad way, but just kind of being mindful about setting clear boundaries for yourself. And sometimes when we are setting new boundaries and clear boundaries for ourselves, we have to disconnect from things that no longer really vibe with who we are. So the queen carries a sword and she just like cutting through all of this, cutting through all of the BS that don't really serve me no more. It's not a bad thing. Okay. Tower moment. This is the universe intervening on your behalf for the better and the most high. Sometimes people can get so used to staying in something so comfortable, just completely out of habit. And when the tower presents itself in a tarot spread, it means that the universe is going to intervene on your behalf to make you make a move. As you can see, lightning has struck this tower and the 2 people are jumping out of the tower. Okay. I mean, if lightning hit, you're not going to stay in the tower. You're going to get up and move. You got to get up and move. Okay. Queen of Wands in the reverse. So the Queen of Wands is all about self-confidence, the realignment of self. And this isn't a gender specific, so just because the card is a queen, it could resonate with a man or a woman, okay? But yeah, one second. I had to move this thing around the screen. Okay. Yeah, so the Queen of Wine in reverse is all about self-respect. It's all about self-confidence, and it's all about the reestablishment of sense of self. Okay, get into your bag, reestablish yourself. You know, there's no reason to feel, and I can see why the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh, 8. The 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords is here. Okay. When you reestablish yourself, when you gain a newer sense of self-respect for yourself, there may come with some confrontation. There may come with some people who may want to force their opinions and their way of logic upon you. And not to be disrespectful to anyone, but your life is for you. And a lot of people don't realize how they operate from a place of fear and lack mindset. No one way is the right way. So if something may be bothering you, keeping you up at night, know that you have the power within you to change the situation. As you can see here, this woman is blindfolded along with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords energy. Like, we are moving past this. Okay. No more self-limiting beliefs. Okay. You have the power to change the situation. And I feel as though a lot of people are doing just that for themselves. And if you ruffle a couple feathers, so be it. Even if you are going against your older self, your past self, so be it. This is a journey for growth. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Trust. You will be successful. Okay. 7 of Cups also came out too in the spread. You are so gifted. You are so gifted. And I have definitely resonated with this card in the past. I would just like to add a bit of advice when this card comes up in the past. Try not to get caught up in the form of like analysis paralysis, where you just become so overwhelmed that, again, you feel like you're at a standstill. Journaling helps me so much. I journal almost, if not every day, every other day. Journaling and lists, writing stuff down, mapping stuff out. Write down your passions. Get in touch with the many cups and gifts that you possess, that God has blessed you with. Write them all down. Make a plan. map it all out. You know, you don't have to attack everything all at once to be successful, but you do owe it to yourself to put forth the effort to go after them. Okay? In the Ten of Swords, child, we done. We done. It's done. Whatever was bothering you is done. we we moving forward. The wheel is turning, and the universe is getting ready to bless. Okay? Those who are putting forth the effort. Sometimes letting go of something, sometimes being done with something isn't always to be looked at in a negative light. Okay? Being done could be the greatest gift for you. Being done could be you removing a block. Okay? I just heard the word. I've been hearing the word better. I've been hearing the word better in my mind subconsciously and consciously for about a little over 2 to 3 weeks now. Just because I was going through some personal things where I had to just kind of move to a different space with people and myself in general. And in a moment of just like tension and feeling like upset, I heard better. And I instantly went from upset to laughter. It was off. It was kind of like a tearful, like a giddy moment. And it was just like, that's God. Better is on the way. When you, we get so, we get so wrapped up in what we think we may be losing, that we may be losing sight of what could be. Okay? Life and whatever is in your past has shown you already what it is. And now I'm not saying that things, situations, and people aren't capable of change. We are all capable of change. But you owe it to yourself to change for yourself and to see the fruits of your labor and what that could bring for you. Okay? Straight up. The last card we have here is the King of Swords in reverse. Okay? And this is all about inner truth. This is all about quiet power, but it could also be about a misuse of power and manipulation. So, know that you are a very powerful being. You possess great power. Be aware of those that are around you who may want to manipulate a situation, just like the just like the Queen of Swords, as that was in the upright. Okay? If you got to cut ties with some people so that you could live a happier life for you, it's not about anybody else. You're not talking about anybody else. Okay? If you need to do what you need to do, listen, let it fall. Let it be. Let it crumble. Where is it at? Let the tower fall and be done. Okay? Ten of Swords. Be done. Because the wheel is turning in your favor. And there's so much more. There's better in store when you put yourself first, when you put your passions first, when you put your gifts first, when you stop blocking your own blessings And when you get out of the mindset of self-imposed and self-limiting behaviors, okay? Now I'm going to close this spread with a blessing card. From the universe. Okay. This is the only one that was flipped over in the whole entire deck, so I'm going to just take it. Matthew 5:4. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Make sure you like this video if you've made it through this far. I know it's a little lengthy, but we had to get the messages right. I will see y'all again soon. If you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that for me. Follow me on Instagram at _NY. The link for that is in the description below too. Leave me some love in the comments, and may you carry the messages of these cards with you along your journey forward. Okay? Happiness is an inside job. Okay? See y'all later.